Hi friends, I am Mohammad Afifuddin. In this video, we will see limit state of collapse for short columns. So, IS 456-2000 states in clause number 39.3, which is on page number 71, that the members shall be designed by considering the assumptions of limit state of collapse in compression and the minimum eccentricity. When the minimum eccentricity does not exceed 0.05 times the lateral dimensions, and the members may be designed by the following equation. That means the short column with lateral ties shall be designed by the following equation, and this formula or this equation can be used only when the minimum eccentricity does not exceed 0.05 times the least lateral dimensions. That is, E minimum is eccentricity and minimum eccentricity is equal to L upon 500 plus capital D upon 30. It should be greater than or equal to 20 mm, and 0.05 into capital D should not be less than minimum eccentricity. Okay, so that we can use the formula Pu is equal to 0.4 SCK into AC plus 0.67 Fy into ASC. So what is Pu here? Pu is the factored axial load. FCK is characteristic compressive strength of concrete. AC is area of concrete here. ASC is area of longitudinal reinforcement, and Fy is characteristic strength of compression longitudinal reinforcement. Okay. So if the minimum eccentricity is greater than 0.05 D, then we have to design the section for combined axial and bending. Why? Because IS states that this formula of Pu can only be used if the minimum eccentricity does not exceed 0.05 times the capital D. Okay, and if it is happened, then we have to design the section for combined axial load and bending. Okay, note that all the columns which have D less than 400 mm or 0.12 into length, the minimum eccentricity will be greater than 0.05 D, and hence this equation will not be applicable. From where we get this conclusion? We know that 0.05 D should be greater than or equal to 20 mm. Why 20 mm? Because as per the IS code, the minimum eccentricity should be 20 mm. Okay, so after calculating the capital D, that is D equal to 20 upon 0.05, which is equal to 400 mm. That means if the column has capital D less than 400 mm, okay, then this equation will not be applicable. Similarly, we know that L by 500 plus D by 330 is less than or equal to 0.05 D or D upon 20. Then after calculating D, we will get the result that D is greater than or equal to 0.12 into L. That means if the column have capital D less than 0.12 L, then our eccentricity will be greater than 0.05 D, and hence this equation of Pu will not be applicable. So this was about short column with lateral ties. Now we will see short axially loaded column with helical reinforcement or spiral reinforcement. So clause number 39.4 of IS 456-2000, page number 71, gives some recommendations for short columns with helical reinforcement. And we know that columns with helical reinforcement or spiral reinforcement are more ductile and have improved strength, and thus their load carrying capacity is more than that of the column with lateral ties. And hence, as per IS 456-2000, the safe load for the column with helical reinforcement is 1.05 times the safe load carried by the similar column with lateral ties. Okay, so therefore they have given the formula here. Pu is equal to 1.05 into 0.4 FCK into AC plus 0.67 Fy plus into ASC. Okay, the formula is same. The only difference is we are multiplying 1.05 here. In this clause, it is also mentioned that the ratio of volume of helical reinforcement to the volume of core shall not be less than 0.36 Ag upon Ak minus 1 into Fck upon Fy, where Ag is gross cross-sectional area and Ak is area of core of helically reinforced column measured to the outside diameter of helix. Now we will see effective length of the column, and the effective length of the column is defined as that length of column which takes part in the buckling under the actions of load, and this is also defined as the length between point of contraflexure, that is change of slope of the elastic curve, or we can say that point of zero moment of the buckled column. Okay, and the unsupported length of the column is the clear length or height between the floor and the lower level of the ceiling. Under the action of load, the column buckles or deflects. Okay, and hence from table number 28 of IS 456, which is given on page number 94, the effective length of column is given. Here you can see this chart. Here the different degree of end resistance of compression member is given, and according to that, the IS code recommends the value of effective length. Okay, for example, here first is the effectively held in position and restrained against the rotation. That means both ends are fixed. For that, our recommended value for effective length is 0.65 L. Similarly, second is effectively held in position at both ends, restrained against rotation at one end. For this condition, IS recommends that the L effective should be 0.8 into span. Okay. Similarly, there are different conditions are given, and from that we can find out the value of effective length. So here we have completed this video of limit state of collapse for short columns. Thank you.